What's good, my angels? Let me just finesse this real quick. It's always a situation when I start these videos. It's your girl Tati back for another tarot energy forecast for the week of Monday, September 18th, all the way to Sunday, September 24th, I want to say. Let me just double check real quick. Yep, the 24th. This is my birthday week, y'all. Really excited to give you the news on what Spirit wants you to know this week. And also, I will be hosting a free 7-day tarot challenge, Read Yourself to Fill challenge, starting Monday, October 16th. You guys have some time to gather the tools and resources you might want and need for the challenge. To sign up for the link, it's down below. Go share it with your friends so you guys can read yourself to fill. For the duration of the 7-day challenge, each day you will be receiving a specific challenge in your inbox. I will be teaching you something that is going to help you amplify your intuition and get you reading the tarot divination system with ease. So even if you don't know how to read tarot or you do know how to read tarot, there's something for everyone in this challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hosted it last year and it was just amazing. A lot of people just wanted me to continue doing it past the week that it was being hosted. So I'm bringing it back this year. And if you do the challenge in its duration, in its entirety, you do get to be entered to win a slot in my upcoming course, Embodying the High Priestess, Tarot Divination 101. It's a 10-week course. I host it annually. So if you want to be in a position to potentially win a slot, do the whole challenge. Again, you can sign up down below. It's going to be real dope. I can't wait to join you guys. But let's get started now. Let's do Monday. I'm using, hold on, before we get into that, just wanted to let y'all know, using the same decks as before. We got the Rider-Waite deck. We've got this Oracle deck. It's down below. I always forget the name of this deck. It's not something so obvious. And we've got the Sacred Feminine Oracle deck. We'll be using that this week by Mallory Malmason. And this, child, I can't wait to get back to the States to buy more decks. This Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland, I want to say his name is. So let's get into it. Great Spirit, what is it that we need to know for Monday and Tuesday, September 18th and September 19th? Hold on, all of this just flew out. Monday and Tuesday, September 18th, September 19th. Great Spirit, what is it that we need to be aware of? So these cards keep flying out. I'm going to reshuffle again because Spirit is very chatty. Spirit is chatty, honey. What is it that we need to know the beginning of this week? Monday the 18th, Tuesday the 19th of September. We're almost already done with September. How about that? Sweet Lord. How did that happen so quickly? Let's get into it. All right, so what are we getting? We are, wow, I'm loving this for us. I am loving this for us. The first card is the 9 of Cups. The second card is the 7 of Swords, okay? All right, so 9 of Cups, this is giving sitting pretty. Sitting pretty, the job has been done. There's no need to force things into place. There is no need to try. This is the epitome of just being, okay? Being. Which means you are really in a space of indulging in self-adoration, self-pleasure, indulging in the little things in life and really milking out the sensual things in your day-to-day activities that make you really feel full within and allows you to be in a space of overflow. I'm saying all the things that I've said before, baby, but this is the week where we really just kind of sit back and let the work be done for us. Let our ancestors carry the load. Let Great Spirit, God, Goddess, Source, Creator carry the load. Let the Spirit guides do what they need to be doing for us, all right? It's giving with the Nine of Cups. We have prayed, we have journaled, we have done the internal work, we have done the clearings, we have did some critical thinking, we have cleansed, right? So the work has been done. We have prayed, we have asked for, and now you get to sit back and reap the rewards. Whether or not the rewards come this week, they are coming. It is harvest season, all right? It is a season for harvesting all the labor you have been doing. And the Nine of Cups, this is a card, like I said before, we're talking about sensuality, we're talking about adoration, we're talking about elements of pleasure. And all of these themes center around the element of water. It centers around emotion and feelings and the psychic realm and femininity. And femininity is all about the act of receiving, right? The act of being a vessel to receive, whether that is divine inspiration, whether that is receiving intuitive downloads, whether that is receiving love, receiving gifts, receiving blessings, receiving new possibilities, new pathways, solutions. In whatever way, this isn't, we're not being met with masculine energy at the beginning of this week. Spirit is saying, really let your load down. Give it away. Let go and let God. You did everything that you need to be doing, so there's no need to just do more. And this is a reminder to some people that are like maybe not yet seeing the results. Maybe you have prayed. Maybe you have cleansed. Maybe you've hyper-focused in some area of your life that you feel needs improvement, that you feel needs personal development. You're trying to attract something and you know there are some limitations and some resistance to your psyche, to your subconscious, to how you're operating, and you put in the work. But now you're still not seeing the results. So you're not trusting that maybe the work that you've done is enough. And so you're doing more and more and more. Spirit is talking about divine timing. Spirit is talking about, this card is an acknowledgement. Girl, stop. You're doing all the things and we don't want you to run ragged, okay? We want you to now stop working so much, stop exerting so much, and now start implementing the beliefs. Start downloading and programming yourself with the belief that it can be easy, that you deserve pleasure, that you are now in a space of receiving and everything is coming to you easily, joyfully, and pleasurably, right? And that there is such a thing as divine timing. So you're thinking like, why isn't it here yet? There's something much bigger playing out behind the scenes in terms of the timing in which things are going to be delivered to you that you can't understand from your limited scope and mindset and your perspective. So if you're going to work on anything, it's just believing that whatever it is that you've requested and asked and worked for is indeed coming to you, and it's coming to you soon. And every day that passes, every minute that passes, you're much closer to this thing that you've desired. But there is a divine timing. It's going to be the right time in which it comes. It's going to be the perfect time. It's going to exceed your expectations. Nine of Cups wants you to enjoy the life you are living. It wants you to, and this may be, it is giving a rebirth. It's giving a personal baptism. It's giving a personal initiation. So again, this could be a good week for you to do a spiritual bath that isn't necessarily cleansing, but it's a bath that is now inducing blessings. It's inducing things. It's calling more things into your life. Okay, maybe you want to do a toast to yourself where you're calling more specific things, where you're enjoying your life, where you're dressing up, even if it's going to the grocery store, you're dressing up to the nines, you're putting the signal out there to the universe. I'm ready to receive this. I'm open. I'm already in the mindset. I'm already in the energy. I'm already operating like I have it. All right. It is a card of overflow. So again, whether or not this happens this week, Maybe energetically, you're going to start really trusting and believing that you are going to be getting what it is that you want. This is also a card of attraction. People are really, really, really going to find you magnetic. They're going to find you alluring. Because why? Because you're minding your business. Okay? The Nine of Cups is a card of minding your own business and minding your own overflow. And in every moment, really trying to milk out the pleasure in your own life. You know? Like, you are really making a commitment to not be bothered by the small stuff, to really make your life as peaceful and as easeful as possible, to really step into your bag, to really embellish your beauty inside and out, to be surrounded by beauty, to really appreciate the small things, to really be filled with your own greatness. That is the Nine of Cups. We do see a lot coming your way. Okay, the next couple of months moving forward, you know, this is going to be a time of reaping a major, major harvest. This could be you meeting the love of your life, building the family you've always wanted, building the career you always wanted, additional streams of income, an exceptional move, expanded living quarters, dream body, dream mentality, really, really peaceful interior sense of self, new friends that bring such great value and joy into your life, new hobbies, new things. You know, it's not all materialistic. I do feel like a lot of this is a sense of just a shift, a dramatic shift in energy, where you're like, finally, you know, I have arrived. I've made it. Here is the fruit of my labor. But also, even if you don't have many things, I mean, even if those big things haven't manifested yet, you're still in a space of contentment. You're still in a space of radical trust and faith. You're still in this space of flow from moment to moment. I'm receiving divine inspiration. I want to do this or I want to do that. And I'm radically authentic, radically not giving a fuck about what other people think, minding your own business, adhering to your peace, prioritizing your peace, prioritizing your self-care, really leveling up in terms of what your self-care routine and your pleasure routine and your sensual routine looks like, really leveling up, prioritizing your femininity, knowing the difference when you are in your feminine bag, when you are in your masculine bag, and balancing that on a day-to-day basis. Really protecting your energy and making sure your energetic container is filled with elements of joy and magic and magnetism and happiness and all the good stuff, you know. There is this sense of also in the beginning of the week with the Nine of Cups, Spirit wants you to be really devoted to yourself. All right. I'm also seeing this being a major payoff to you guys because of your consistency in the spirit realm. So it could be you've been consistent with ancestral veneration or some sort of other spirit devotion that you have. And that spirit now wants to really show off in your life. Like if you are a devotee of Urzuli Freira, if you are a devotee of Yemoja, if you're a devotee of Ogun or whatever, it's almost like that element, that spirit, that entity, that ancestor is now going to show up and show out in your life in major ways. And it's like when you've probably like been waiting, thinking like, what is this malfunctioning? Am I not doing the right prayers? Am I not giving the right offerings? And everything has a season. Everything has its divine timing. You know, elevated forces, evolved forces, spiritual forces that can see much higher and elevated than we can. Our own higher self. If you are attuned to your own Ori, if you are attuned to your own higher self, baby, then your higher self is going to tell you the timing of everything, unless it's not your business to know. Sometimes personally for me, I'll be like, well, I want to know when I'm going to meet so-and-so and do so-and-so and do that. And Spirit's like, stop. Because we don't want you sabotaging. We know how you are. You're an overthinker. You're extreme Virgo. Just stop. Enjoy your life. It's going to come when it comes. It's going to come soon. I know these are the things that we don't need to hear. But sometimes you just need to be on a wave where you're not expecting anything, where you're just really in a space of pleasure. You're enjoying things as they are. You're living your life to the fullest now. Okay, you're filled up now. Your cup is overflowing now. It's not when that thing comes, then your cup is going to overflow. No, you're overflowing now, and you're really trying your best to stay in that wave of, damn it, my titties always want to come out. Honey, stop. Okay, there we go. We fixed it. Now, another thing I wanted to say, aside from the adoration and the devotion you have for these spirits, is that this combination is really saying major devotion, major adoration, major elevation, and respect for self. This could be a week where you are like almost in tears because you're so proud of your growth. You're so proud of your evolution. You're so proud of your trajectory and your momentum and how far you've come and how hard you've worked and the iterations of you that are so different, like the various spirits that live inside of you. Just think about yourself when you was 17, and think about yourself when you was 21, and think about yourself when you was 31, and think about yourself when you was 41 or whatever, and how that has changed. And every day, in every way, in every moment, you're a different person. You're shifting, you're shifting, you're shifting. We're just shape shifting, right? And hopefully my prayer is that we are consistently evolving intentionally and deliberately to some better version of ourselves, right? We are these just creatures of shape-shifting and always eternally shape-shifting into our best version of self, which the best doesn't exist because it's always ever evolving. But this is a week where you're gonna want to maybe pray to your Ori, you know, lavish yourself in a nice spiritual bath where it's a love bath to self. And if you guys want any ideas, I have a love bath, a sensual love bath recipe in my channel. I believe it's down in the link below. You can use that as inspiration, or you know, take yourself out on a solo date. Really celebrate yourself. Buy yourself some flowers. Buy yourself a nice juicy book, a nice juicy journal, some new shoes, something. You don't even have to buy yourself anything. It could just be like a moment of praise. Or every moment you wake up, you're showering yourself with praise. You're showering yourself with love and gratitude for the person that you are, the person that you are always becoming. Okay. Beginning of this week also has the Four of Swords, which also adds on to this resting. Don't do much. Rest. This is a time for meditation. This is a time for contemplation. This is a time to, again, Spirit is saying there's concentration involved. Concentration. What are we concentrating on, Great Spirit? Our next chapter. So Spirit is saying, okay, we're talking about evolving. We're talking about shape-shifting. And so Spirit doesn't want you to really do anything. Spirit wants you to daydream. Spirit wants you to reside in the realm of daydreaming. Okay? It wants you to fantasize. It wants you to rest and think of what possibilities, what doorways, what lives and lifestyles and things you want to experience that you're not allowing yourself to tap into. You're not allowing yourself to enjoy or think that it's possible for you. Fantasize yourself on a yacht on an island that you own. Fantasize yourself buying up land. Fantasize yourself in a dinner table with all your ancestors. Fantasize yourself, you know, making a certain amount of money or being able to care for your family or opening a non-for-profit or something major, you know. Spirit wants you to really concentrate on the next iteration of self, what you're evolving into, which you've already started. It's already underway. You're already walking the path of this new iteration of self. And I think more so of it is how do we combine the elements of sensuality and pleasure into this new iteration of self, making it be real? How do we now embody the five senses into this visualization practice? What do you smell like? What do you taste like? What are you hearing? What are you sensing? What are you feeling, right? And again, look, we're getting the patience card. Patience card. So while you're like, oh my God, it's not here yet, or when is it coming, you can step back into that space of visualization, into your inner movie, and just be like, but I'm tasting this, and this is how it's gonna look like when it's here, and this is what it's gonna feel like, and I'm still visualizing myself in Bora Bora, or you know, how amazing would it be for me to fly out all my friends, or to be able to afford to help X, Y, and Z in this country, or to be able to buy lands here, to be able to open up my own, you know, shop, or start a fashion line, or whatever it is you guys want to do. Patience talks about Great Spirit knowing when the seed is going to fertilize itself, when the seed is going to gestate. I guess that might be the right word, when it's going to sprout. You have already planted the seed, so there's nothing for you to do but to support that seed with emotional, energetic, vibrational love. The U rays and the rays of the sun that allow the seed to sprout and grow, it is fuel for that seed. Your visualization, your daydreaming, your ability to tap into your five senses, your ability to find the sensuality and pleasure in your visualization, in the embodiment of who you are planning to be in your next version of self, what it feels like to have these things, really indulging in desire. This is the fuel and the water to that timeline that you're bringing now into the present. Okay? Spirit is also saying that there are a lot of unproductive energies out there, unbenevolent energies out there. Look at the daggers, look at the swords. Like a lot of people around you, or a lot of people in the media, or things that you're reading, are going to be contradicting the things that you desire. It's like, you know, it's doom and gloom. It's horror stories. It's stories that saying you can't have that. Why are you having that when this is going on? Why do you want that? You can't live a soft life. There's no such thing. You got to focus on this struggle over here. Is it responsible for you to want to prioritize your joy and your happiness and pleasure when there's all of this bad stuff happening? Oh, I experienced that. That was great. Now this is what I'm now divorced. Like, that is the reality of things. And so there is a lot of external pressure and just negativity and oppression out there. So that's why the desire or the prompt to really prioritize rest and slowing down, in protecting your energy and visualizing your future, and really prioritizing your desires, visualizing your desires, tasting your desires, embodying your desires, bringing your desires into the present moment in any way you can, fantasizing, allowing yourself the luxury to fantasize, as we once did as kids, is very important. That's why you really need to concentrate and block off the noise that's telling you you can't have it. Okay? So that's really important in the beginning of the month. There's many things that are already on, Spirit is saying many things is already on the way to you. You don't want to cut off that stream of wellness by now focusing on something that is the very antithesis of what is coming your way. It's almost as if you're at the destination, you're almost at the destination, you're driving down the road, you're almost at the destination, you're like 2 blocks away, and all of a sudden, you suddenly have this thought that you're going down the wrong road. You've been going down the wrong road because you just can't find the house that you thought was on this road. And so just like 2 blocks before you get to the house, you turn around and start going backwards. And the Spirit's like, you're almost there. Please don't make the mistake of being basic like everyone else. Please don't make the mistake of being ordinary when you're meant to be extraordinary. And part of that is just allowing yourself to use tools of visualization, use tools of embodiment, use tools of fantasy, use tools of sensuality and pleasure and desire, and of your feminine gifts, of your feminine power, irregardless of your gender, to invoke that timeline into the present for you in whatever fashion it's going to look like for you right now. So let's get into the 20th. We got Wednesday the 20th. It's my birthday, but I'm not going to be doing the most. We've got Wednesday the 20th and Thursday the 21st. Great Spirit. What we got going on? Wednesday the 20th, Thursday the 21st. What do you want to tell people? Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. So Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the Four of Cups. And out of these daydreams, out of these visualizations, out of this action of fantasizing comes a solution, comes some signs, comes some gifts, comes something that's trying to get your attention. Spirit really wants you to protect your energy. This is a week where it's like we're still on a high from this new moon in Virgo. We have really, and this is why we've really, it's like the baptism I was talking about earlier. We have freshly baptized ourselves, freshly initiated, freshly out of the womb from this new form. And what do we do when a baby just comes out? You just don't put them out in the streets. You don't invite everybody to come see the baby. You wait until the baby's a couple of weeks old, maybe a couple of months old before people start seeing the baby, before you're taking the baby out in the streets. Why? Because the baby is fresh. It's still building its immunity. It's still getting used to this new flesh, this new form, this new world, internally, externally, still coming to terms that it's a living thing. It's no longer in the spirit realm. It's a physical vessel. What do I do? When I cry, somebody comes change me. When I cry, somebody comes feeds me. Still has to learn that sort of communication. It still has to navigate both the spiritual and the physical realm. Still has to ripen a bit. And so what we're seeing here with the Hermit is Spirit still wants you to kind of retreat. And this doesn't mean like, oh my God, I'm not going to go outside. It just means you at a new form, which is also a higher form, which is also a more upgraded form, a more elevated, a more exclusive, luxurious form of self, means that you now need to also upgrade your boundaries, upgrade who has access to you, upgrade who you give yourself access to. Maybe you're not reading the same things you've read before. Maybe you're not visiting the social media pages before. Maybe you're not doing the same habits before. Maybe you're not eating the same foods as you did before. Maybe you're not thinking the same thing. Everything needs to be upgraded to mirror and match the new form. That might take some time for you to navigate. So you need to kind of remove yourself from the things that are not mirroring or respecting or not aligning or resonating with this new birth of self. Hermit is birthing itself anew. Hermit is wise. You have all the answers. You have the clarity. You know how to find the answers if you don't. And you have, on top of that, some homework to do personally from your own guides. Some things that have been clearly in front of your face. With the Four of Cups, the Spirit is like, why have you not been listening to me? Why are you not doing, you know you need to do this. Why are you not doing it? Some of you guys are still kind of, you've been upgraded, you're out of the wound, and you're still acting from an old timeline, an old life, still entertaining exes, still entertaining petty media, still waking up and looking at your phone first thing. When you really want to be praying, when you really want to be in harmony with self, this new life needs to be in harmony with the mechanisms that are going on inside. It's like you can't have a new car with old technology, with an old system. It's like you can't have a Mac book 2025 and then inside of it is a Windows 95. Like, that does not make any sense. And that's what Spirit is saying. It's been trying to get your attention in very obvious ways, and maybe even through dreams and other spiritual occurrences, that there's something not matching up with the systems. And so you really, really, really need to be the higher authority. You need to be the guru, okay? And listen and take action and take responsibility to harmonize your life. There's a lot of manipulating factors out there. There's things that are going to be tempting you, like, oh, and maybe you're like, I want to spend less time going out, more time focusing on my health, or focusing on this, or doing more reading. And all of a sudden you come across something that is going to steal your time and your energy, steal your focus, and it's not the things that you said you was going to focus on, right? That could be a form of manipulation, energetic manipulation, right? Or somebody is not good for you, or the way that somebody's living their life is not aligned, or Spirit has already been telling you about this one person. You're still going out with them, you're still hanging out with them, you're still talking to them, you're still entertaining them, right? Or Spirit done told you 11 times what to do to handle that person in your life, and you're still not doing anything. You're still complaining about it, right? Or Spirit already, I don't know how many more examples I can come up with, but Spirit is saying, stop. You have an inheritance of great power with the Hermit, and the Hermit is now being extremely resourceful, going within to find those gifts, to find that inheritance, to find that power. Okay? You can't be playing with yourself this week. This is not a week where you want to fumble anything. This is not a week where you're like, well, I don't know, maybe I could do this thing and then next time I won't do it. No. If you said you was going to do something, you need to have integrity with yourself. You need to prove to yourself that you can trust yourself, that you're going to honor yourself, that you're not going to lie to yourself, that you're not going to play around with your own spirits. Your spirit's been telling you something and you're ignoring it, then why would your spirit continue to give you downloads and stuff if you're not listening? Spirit is saying, wake up. Stop playing small. Stop playing dumb with your life. Stop playing with yourself. Because if you play with yourself, then you give people permission to play with you. You give the universe to play you. Because you would be a hypocrite then. You're doing one thing and you're expecting something else from people around you. That's not how this works. You are now a mature adult, and your own spirit is evolving. Your own aura is evolving. Your life is going to be evolving. And we have high stakes here. We have high stakes here. You want that lifestyle? You want that bank account? You want that love? It's going to take a very elevated, mature, mental mindset, action, and energy. That's all it is elevating energy. Being consistent with the energy that you're calling into your life, making sure that that energy is already in your life in some shape or form. All right? If you're like, I want to look my best this year, but you still have these raggedy clothes with holes in it, or you're still wearing things that you don't like, instead of like donating it or going to the thrift shop to buy some new things or whatever, or you eating chips when you know you could be taking like a 10-minute walk. Like, Spirit is really like yelling at you. It's telling you those loose ends and those loose splinters are going to hurt you in the long run. Get to work. And again, I want to remind you, because the beginning of the week was like, there's nothing left you need to do is rest and is fantasy, and it's indulging in the fantasy realm and daydreaming and visualizing. This isn't about doing something. This is about just being in integrity and in alignment with the energy that you are calling in, and being very clear with that energy. So if you want to be like a very wealthy, high value, respected person, then how can you start embodying that for yourself, to yourself now? Okay. How can you make your thoughts more abundant? How can you make your decisions rich and wealthy decisions? Not just financially, but rich and wealthy and abundant in supporting yourself, loving thoughts onto yourself, loving actions. Everything needs to be you. The soldiers need to be lined up, is what I'm saying. Because if something's not quite, that's what it is. Spirit is like, okay, divine timing, but this person still needs to tweak this in their life for that to come in. They're still playing around, and we've told them so many times what that is and how to fix it. Okay, so maybe this is something that, well, again, with the Four of Swords, you need to sit back and meditate on and really think, and maybe do a self-evaluation like they do in corporate. Like once a quarter you get evaluated on your performance. You really need to evaluate your life. Are these friends really the type of friends, inside and out, that I really want to have in my life, that I really envision like the best version of myself having? Is this the habits and behaviors that I really want to myself to do? Like, is this helping me? Is this helping me grow? Is it adding any benefit to me? Or is it just me wasting time and currency? Is this mindset and these thoughts, are they lifting me up, or are they suppressing me? Are they fear-ridden? You know, is this activity, is this food, is this the way that I have my setup at home, is this conducive to the future version of myself? The version of myself that I'm transitioning into, the life that I want for myself, does this kind of look like it matches that or not? Like, this energy of this week is very much giving Pinterest your life, mood board your life. You are the creator. You are the energetic architect of your life. So you need to get to architecting. You need to get to designing. You need to get to orchestrating. It should be fun. Let it be fun. Let it be playful. Let it be pleasurable. Let your mind expand. Let your mind think and fantasize about things you want. Doesn't all have to happen now. Doesn't all have to happen same time. Just pick one thing. Bop, 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 bop. All right? And then as you're moving this energy currency around, new energy is going to come in to support you. New people, new things, new opportunities, new material things, more incomes. If you're saying, well, I need this, is it my divine vision to have this lifestyle? Is my divine vision to serve these people? Is my divine vision, but I need more money for that? You best believe more money is going to come in some shape or form. As long as you're not resistant to that. You know? So it's going to be really interesting in designing your life. So Great Spirit, what do we got for the weekend? Friday, the 22nd. Saturday, 23rd. Sunday, the 24th. What do we got going on? So one card flew over. It is giving the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Next card is the Three of Wands. All right. It's go time. The end of this week. End of this week. It's go time, because we're now like leading up to the full moon in Aries, I believe. We're leading up to the full moon in Aries, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's on the 29th. We're ending the week on the 24th. We're leading up to that. So all of this, orchestrating this energy, moving it around, getting it in integrity, getting it in harmony. Three of Pentacles has you moving with purpose, has you moving with conviction, has you waking up with purpose. You're energized. In every moment of your life, you're filling it up with pleasure. You're filling it up with joy. You're not looking for people to add on their icky energy. If you're encountered with challenges, with something like, you're already in your intuitive bag, talking to your spirit team, talking to your ancestors, doing what you can that's in your control with a regulated nervous system, giving the rest away to them so that they can help. You're in a sense of expansion and grace with yourself. You're in a sense with unconditional love and softness with yourself. But this is giving visionary. We're seeing vision here. This is giving big ideas, planning. So there's a lot of strategy and planning for you guys this weekend. There are a lot of future visions and goals that need to kind of be on a timeline. This is what I need to do now. I'm going to give myself months to do it. By this date, I want to have X, Y, and Z established, and then I will be able to do da-da-da-da-da. Then this is what's next. I would absolutely take the time to get a 2024 planner now and start planning out your year. When do you want vacations? When do you want to achieve things? What do you want for your monthly goals? What do you want for your spiritual goals? You know, even like by this time this year, I will be in I have a loving, committed relationship with so-and-so. We're vacationing X, Y, and Z. This is my dream body. I've been doing all of this at the gym and I have it. You know, this is kind of giving next year forecast. If some of you guys are into that, I would start doing the forecast for the year ahead now in September and start building around that. The Three of Pentacles shows that you guys have a lot of resources in terms of people around you that are inspiring. This could be a great time, end of the weekend, to have like a mastermind with these people, whether it's, you know, meeting up with your friends to do this year ahead reading, to do this year ahead planning, to do maybe a vision board, to do maybe a visualization. I mean, you can even sit back and ask your guides, what is the forecast for me for 2024? What is it that my great spirit wants me to do? What is it that I'm picking up on? You know, what do I need to know about January, February? What do I need to know about now, these final months in preparation of what's to come? You know, I see collaborations. I see innovative ways of you using your creativity out in the world. You guys are very creative people. You have not been in your creative bag. And that is because a lot of you guys have been holding yourself back, whether that's from discomfort, whether that's fear, whether that's just an accustomed to being and playing small. But seek, you know, one, commit yourself to being your own muse. Two, seek out inspiration in art, in music, in people, in writings, in traveling, in culture. And freely immerse yourself in the things that captivate your heart. It is a very heart-filled weekend. It's a very inspiring weekend. Speak to people fearlessly about your ideas. Spark conversation with strangers. Try new things. This is all really good for you at this time in terms of mapping out your vision and also getting opportunities and resources and ideas and books. You never know who you talk to. It's like, oh, I I used this person, or I hired this person, or I read this book that changed my life, or you need to listen to this album, or I'm having an opening over here, I really want you to come to it. Or I see gatherings, I see sacred spaces, I also see events where you will want to be seen. So, you know, and I think this is all really lining up now. If you followed up with the beginning and the middle of the forecast, where it's, you know, focus on yourself, focus on your overflow, protect your energy, make sure you are acting in integrity, make sure the energy around you is acting in integrity. Well, the end of this week, it is filling the void of what you just cleansed and cleaned up and made sure was integrity. If you're missing some elements because you had to cut some friends off, you had to cut some things off, you have to cut some habits off, well, best believe that the new things that are meant to be in your life will be coming in the form of inspiration this weekend and the weeks ahead, in and through other people. Okay, could be like a new workout routine, again, a new book, a new way of praying, a new way of planning your day, a new diet, a new workout. I think I might have said that before. A new way of visualizing for your love, what have you. It's just newness, it's inspiration, and it's very community oriented. So anything that you could do that is community based, people, like-minded people joining for a specific cause. But it could be a spiritual event, it could be a financial, a budgeting event, or a tech event, or moms that meet up, friends that meet, whatever. There is great value there, and it's really good for your future. It's going to fill you up and make you really feel like you're ready for this next chapter that is up ahead. You're finally ready. I think there's a lot of value also in sharing your story and speaking to people. You will find that you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are starting a new life in their own way. And we all need each other as support systems. So the vision and the inspiration is here for you. Really, really interesting stuff this weekend. I think you're going to have your cups filled up again. And it's giving boss vibes. It's giving executive leader of your own life. Okay, so let's see what they want to say through the Oracle deck. Great Spirit, what is the final message for this week in and through the Oracle deck? So wise, we're getting the wise card, wise, and this says resources and qualities. You are invited to recognize particular qualities you possess and develop or strengthen others. If any of these qualities bother or frighten you, try to understand why. If you hold fears or memories or old experiences or beliefs are being revived, set intentions to work on and release these things. 1. You are rational and logical. You can create and establish strategies to build projects to life. Respond to your desires, manage your life differently, or help others. Your pragmatic side lets you get straight to the point. You're not plagued by hesitation, and you make plans quickly. Your strong and powerful inner impulses help you to act quickly or help others. 2. You are shrewd and reasonable, preferring to observe before acting or speaking. Your self-assurance is such that it counsels, reasons, and convinces anyone. You can be influential because people trust you and rely on your wisdom when they need a clear, defined, and uplifting direction. 3. You are disciplined and patient, relying on your intellect by harnessing it to your projects. Whatever happens, if you get involved, stay the course. Remain committed and resolute, even if everything seems to crumble or go wrong or others jump ship. Through your observation, acumen, and sharp analysis, you can remodel things if needed to get them back on track or to give them a new twist. 4. You preserve yourself. Your natural ability for emotional distance helps you shield yourself from the outer world and remain in touch with your inner self, especially when you don't let yourself be destabilized, offended, or weakened by acquaintances or people close to you. You can remain centered despite the frequent demands of the outside world. Do any of these reminders frighten you? Do any of them awaken anything unpleasant or uncomfortable inside of you? If the answer is yes, why is that? Ask yourself if it concerns fears, memories, old experiences, or unconscious beliefs. Take time to name these things, then renounce your fears with a loud yes. Choose to embody the person you are deep inside. You know who is there, hidden under layers of fears and negative experiences. For now, embody this beautiful person in thoughts, words, and actions. So this is very parallel to what we said, embodying the best version of ourselves and letting that energy also permeate and be authentically present in our lives, taking responsibility for removing the weeds in which that is not being mirrored in our lives. And prioritizing self and stepping in alignment with that. So this week is very much giving design your life, okay? Design your best life, because that is what we're stepping into, knowing full-heartedly that we are divinely supported, that what we need is going to come to us, and our responsibility is just to handle whatever is in our control, handle our thoughts, handle our actions, handle our beliefs, and the rest will be supplied for. So again, thank y'all so much for this week. I would love to see you guys give me a thumbs up here in this video, like and subscribe and share, and sign up for the 7-day Read Yourself to Fill Tarot Challenge. Link is down below. We start October 16th. So I can't wait to see all of you guys there. As per usual, I will see y'all next week. Peace.